Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a series here. Oh, baby, we are going back to Houston for game 6 and maybe even a game 7. What's up, guys? It is Frankie here, coming to you live right after game 2 of, game 4, rather, of the World Series in which the Houston Astros, for the second straight night, put a hurting on the Washington Nationals. They tie the series up 2 games to 2. They win tonight 8-1. And if that is correct, if I don't have Game 3 scored in front of me, I believe that the Astros lost that game 4-1 as well. Lost that game 4-1. So the Nationals have scored 2 runs in 2 games at home. Really shocking to me how Washington has played here over the last 2 games, and we'll get to all this stuff here. And this was like deja vu from last night, where the crowd's really into it for Washington. Here we go. They're doing the baby shark and all that, and everybody's riled up, like, here we go. We got advantage. We got momentum. Let's take care of it. And for the second straight night, the game basically ended early on. Let's go Astros. Eric, congrats on a nice win tonight. The game, I mean, there really isn't much to break down, I feel like, of this game, honestly. Because I feel like this game, again, I feel like this game was basically over in the first inning. I feel like the first inning on, and Corbin did not have his best stuff tonight. It was a rough night for him. And that first inning really just set the tone. I'm looking for the play-by-play to pull it up. But, again, you have all this momentum for Washington. All the fans are riled up. All the fans are going crazy. And in the first inning, last night it was the second inning, and tonight it was the first inning, that Houston basically shuts them up, and they never really got wild after that. It was, okay, this is bottom of the ninth here. Anyone else? This game was like game 2. Yes, this game was game 2 in reverse. This game was totally game 2 in reverse, and now my computer is froze. This game is, okay, now it's working. This game was 100% the complete opposite. The series is tied 2-2, David. Yes. How about that? Both teams, how about this? How even this series has been so far? 4 games in, the Astros and Nationals have both won 2 games, and they've both scored 19 runs. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Okay, so here we go. You have Corbin get in there, and then you have... I'm sorry, guys. The play-by-play here is... the live stream here is a little slow. My computer's a little slow tonight, so... this is working fine, but like in terms of like getting the stats for you guys, it's going to be a little slow. Here we go. So, on top of the first, Corbin has a rough night. And who would... I mean, you're Quiddy, the best pitcher in this entire season, or in this entire series. Quiddy was the best pitcher in this entire series. I could have given you 100 tries. You would have never guessed that. You would have never guessed Quiddy would have been the best pitcher here. Okay, here it is. So, top of the first, Springer strikes out. All right, Crowd's getting going. Then we got single by Altuve, single by Brantley, single Bregman, and what a night for Bregman. We'll get to him. Altuve scores and then makes it 1-0. And then Gurriel on an infield single to third. They bobble it, or they don't get it off in time. It's 2-0. And then really the crowd never really got back into it because Washington never was really able to have a run. Again, Quiddy was the best starting pitcher there in this entire series, which is crazy to me. A bullpen game, people were worried going in, and he was fantastic. They don't score. They don't do anything in the first. He goes 1-2-3 in the second. Only has one runner in the third. 1-2-3 in the fourth. 1-2-3 in the fifth. I mean, it was insane to me. And then they go to the bullpen, which fine. And then it gets a little dicey. James comes in, walk, strikeout, and then walk. And then Harris comes in. You know, the most reliable guy for Houston. And then single, infield single, ground out to first, makes it 4-1. All right, here we go. Maybe Washington can. And they have runners. I mean, they have runners on third and second. You have a chance to tie the game. Kendrick strikes out, and then again, it's over right there. And then, also a shout out to I forgot to give it a shout out to Chernois. Back-to-back games now with home runs in the World Series. What a perfect time to get hot in the World Series here. And the Angels have hired Mickey Callaway as their new pitching coach. Yeah, good for them. Surprised you got another job so quickly, but whatever. I guess it's not a managerial job, so it's fine. But yeah, it's 4-1, and then in the seventh inning, finally Bregman did something. Yes, Bregman, thank God. We got ourselves a series. Astros did have a chance to score another grand slam, but it didn't happen. They did have, I think later in the game, they couldn't get it. Is there a game tomorrow? Yes, there is a game tomorrow, so check it out. Tomorrow, we'll be back here after tomorrow, Sunday night's game. Who's your MVP? Right now, is it weird to say Chernos might be an underdog? But I think Altuve though is Altuve, Chernos. Bregman's got 2 home runs in this series. Same bat time, same bat channel. Yes. And then in the 8th inning, we got to get to it. I'm sorry, in the 7th inning, Rodney comes in, and you don't go with Doolittle in that spot. Fernando Rodney would be great to go hit into the spot in like 2009. It's 2019. He's not the same pitcher he once was. He comes in there, and he gives the single up to Brantley to load the bases up with Tucker and Springer, and then Alex Bregman just ends this game, and ends his whole talk of a slump again, ends all the chatter that's been going on with him over the last few days, and basically ends this game, and then just a beautiful grand slam. I think he was the 20th player in baseball history, or 19th, one of the two, to hit a grand slam in a World Series. So fantastic for him, and it was right, and almost the exact same home run from Chernos last night, right near the foul pole. But this one didn't hit the foul pole, went right over, and home run, and then right there you're just like, yeah, that was it. And yeah, people are talking about why Dave Martinez didn't use Sean Doolittle, why he didn't use Sean Doolittle or Daniel Hudson to go to Fernando Rodney. I'll have to explain that one because that is like, again, Rodney is just nothing there. But looking at the other stuff, the 7th inning was long. Yes, it felt like 45 minutes, an hour. It felt like it was crazy long, but they got through it. They ended it, and there will be a Game 6 tomorrow in Houston now too. Yes, the teams are 0-4 at home in this postseason. 0-4. So much for home field advantage. Home field advantage is the biggest myth right now. Everybody's winning on the road, and if that's the way it's going to go, congrats Nationals, you're going to win the series. But again, somehow these teams are 0-4, and this series has been crazy for me because I started out saying Astros in 6, then I went Astros in 7, then I went Nationals in 5, and then I stayed at Nationals in 5 after last night, and now I'm back to Astros in 6. Or actually, I'll go Astros in 7 for now. I'm going Astros in 7. All the momentum is back on Houston's side now. In 2 games, Washington had all the momentum going into Game 3. People thinking this is our year. We're finally going to win the World Series. And Houston has snatched it right back with 2 dominating performances. And now, tomorrow, you get Garrett Cole. I don't think he'll have 2 bad performances in a row. All the momentum, all the advantage right now is back to Houston. Washington, we were waiting for Washington to blow it, and it looks like they waited until the World Series. So congratulations to Washington for finally coming through for us. No Curly W tonight. DEFCON 9, Mayday, this game's about to start going OMG, please don't do this to me. Oh, boy. Man, what tonight was just, Houston dominated. Start to finish, again, 1st inning it felt over. Go home, Washington fans. Again, I hate that when the hometown fan, after they loses, stays at the set, like you lost. You go away. What's up, miss? Celebrate tonight. That you're back in this. Houston is back in this series. They've got again the momentum. They're the favorites again. And now to really put a hammer on it, you got to get the. But even if you don't win tomorrow, you get the World Series win before Cole. Yeah, amazing. Urquidy was fantastic tonight. Tonight was supposed to be a bullpen game. He took care of that early on. He went 5 innings. He was great. If that alarm wasn't ringing, it's getting louder. Our first pitcher did good. Urquidy, man, just a sensational performance there. And then again in the 7th, I guess they're showing they're not showing the Bregman at bat, but Bregman went 3 for 5 tonight, and now what will become a legendary grand slam here in Houston. Just a beautiful hit right down the left field line. Game over. I want Houston to win. Let's go Astros. Take it back. The Astros fans right now, they're on cloud 9. It's like we got the series back. The advantage is ours again, and good for them. I thought they were done after Game 2. I'm like, how are they going to win 2 games in Washington? And they did, because Washington, now it's reversed. Washington can't hit with runners in scoring position. Washington can't take advantage of opportunities. Washington's pitching is giving up the big hits. I want to see what the stats were tonight, and we'll go into how great Houston was here a little bit. But the big story here, or not the big story, but a story is Washington. I mean, how about this? The 4 guys in their lineup right now, the 4 main guys, the top 4, the heart of your lineup. I mean, my goodness, I'm looking this up now. They went 2 for 15 tonight. The 4 guys in your lineup, the big 4, went 2 for 15. Turner, Soto has been struggling here. Anthony Rendon, the only Nationals player that showed up tonight on offense was Anthony Rendon. Robles got a hit. Gomez got a hit. But other than that, yeah, it is really turned around here for the Nationals. Now Alex Bregman should take the MVP award over Trout. It's not a postseason award, but hey, right now, Nat, your ship is sinking. Correct the problem, please. Yes, the Titanic is slowly going down. Maybe for the Nationals, the Titanic is sinking, but maybe they can fix it. Grand Slam was awesome. The Grand Slam was that just felt like a legendary baseball moment. You're just watching it as he's watching the ball slowly go and he's holding the bat. It just feels like a legendary baseball moment. It won't be, I don't think, of all time. This is the first Grand Slam in baseball history, in World Series history, in 14 years. Paul Konerko was the last one to hit a Grand Slam. I barely remember that one. I'm pretty sure I watched that series. I remember the Pasadena home run. I kind of remember the Konerko home run, but it's not like legendary. What's up, Alfred? Stranded series. Rockets 126. Oh, good win for Houston tonight. New Orleans, it's a rough one. Urquidy showed up. Urquidy. They needed him tonight to come through, and he did. And I was like, all right, I think the advantage goes to Corbin here. If you're going Corbin or bullpen game, I was going to go Corbin, but how are you? You remember me? Of course I remember you, Steven. I remember all you guys. Cole versus Scherzer tomorrow night. The game starts, I believe, at 8 again. Tomorrow night's going to be great. Who are you going for? I'm going for a good series, and so far we've gotten it. I mean, if you're not watching this World Series, please, I understand this is low ratings. Turn it around. This is a great series again. I mean, Washington, the only really close game was game 1, but Washington wins the first 2. It looks like, they're going to dominate, and then Houston comes back. They win the next 2, and then Alex Bregman just kills them here tonight. And he almost came through in game 2, and now this series again tied up at two games apiece. Who do you think is going to win? Who do I think? I mean, again, I've gone back and forth. I think Houston's going to win it again. I said Houston was the better team going into this, and now they've got home field advantage again. They've stolen home field advantage back, and they got Cole going tomorrow. I think this is going to be Houston's series, and I think they're going to be able to close it at home. Or they're going to have to close it at home. If they're going to win the series, they're going to have to do it at home. Washington's going to have to do it on the road, but I don't think either team's going to care where they do it as long as they do it. But for tonight, the advantage Houston. And then looking for Houston stats tonight, Altuve went 2 for 5. Bradley went 3 for 5. Again, Bregman 3 for 5 tonight. Even though he's batting .222, he seems like an MVP candidate for this a World Series MVP candidate. Chernois 2 for 5. Again, he's making an MVP case here. He's making an MVP case. Marcinic was 2 for 4, and that was basically it. And then for the Astros again here tonight, only giving up 1 run. I mean, and this was a bullpen game for the Astros, and they only gave up 1 run. They had 6 pitchers, 1 run, 9 innings, 4 hits, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. And as for the Nationals tonight, again, Corbin wasn't great. And then the Astros bullpen. I mean, the first 3 guys from the Nationals pitching tonight, Corbin, Rainey, and Rodney, all gave up runs, and it was over before it really got going. Chernois, it's going to go to Game 7. I'm starting to lean towards this might actually do it, but yes, Chernois clutch. Who would have thought? Game 3, he comes up big. Game 4, he comes up big. Fantastic showing from him. So, I was really impressed with him tonight, and yesterday. The fact that in the big spots he came through, back-to-back games, when you need him, the most. Axel should have bat flipped it to make it more strike like Jose Bautista did. This isn't he did it in game 1. I don't think he did it again because I think he remembered that he did it in game 1. It was like, oh yeah, and then they lost or game 2 and they lost the game. So he didn't do it here tonight. And honestly, wouldn't you do a bat flip after that was the Bautista bat flip? I think was like in a winner take all game. You would do that in like a game 6 or a game 7. Don't waste it on a game 4, but you just tied the series up. Wait until like game 6 or game 7. And it wasn't even a walk off. You were up 4-1 at the time. I mean, the Bregman home run was completely unnecessary, but you're awesome. You know your stuff. Thank you. The Bregman home run was completely unnecessary, but they still, it was still nice. It was just like, all right, this is just the icing on the cake, and now the game is over, and now it's 2-2. 2-2. Again, I felt like an idiot this whole series. I started off saying Houston's gonna win, and then after game 2, I told you guys I think Washington's gonna win the series. And by the way, Houston, you don't have a problem anymore. For now, Houston, the Eagle has landed. No, actually, that's messing up my analogies. Houston, problem solved. It's a good series. I enjoyed it, man. World Series goes back to Houston. Yes, the World Series is heading back to Houston, Texas for at least one game and maybe two. So far, good game. Good game, good series. Hoping for like a more, again, game one was the only like really close competitive game. And then the other two, for the most part, the other three for the most part have been blowouts. I really want a ninth inning, like I want an extra inning game before this series is over. Maybe we'll get it tomorrow night. Maybe we'll get it between Cole and Scherzer. Which okay, all right. Game one that was not a great showing. Cole Scherzer. I think they both gave up like 5 runs combined. But maybe in game 5, all right, they're more ready. This is a must. Okay, it's not a must-win game, but it's as close to a must-win game as you can get for either team. Again, if Washington wins this, all right, they've stolen the momentum back. If Houston gets this, they get to go home and they get 2 games. So this is a huge turning point tomorrow night, and I expect a better pitching matchup. I expect it's got to be better than last week. And I also don't expect Cole to have 2 bad performances in a row. I don't expect that. I feel like whatever happened, he's gonna learn from this. Hold on for just a second, guys. I gotta change the channel. We're gonna put on ESPN here, I think. Or whatever. All right, turn on ESPN here. I don't know what's on ESPN. World Series goes back to Houston. Let's go Astros. Take it back. Yes, take it back. Oh, Washington State, Oregon. I wish I cared. I guess we'll get to the college football in a little bit. I didn't see the NBA, so don't ask me about that today. But looking for, again, other stats here about because Washington left 9 runners on base today. Although Houston left 10. So, and Washington, and here's the thing. Houston went 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position today. Washington 1 for 9. Zimmerman 0 for 1. Kendrick 0 for 2. Corbin 0 for 1. Eaton 0 for 1. Rendon was the only one. Turner 0 for 2. Soto 0 for 1. And how about also, shout out to Gurriel on that volume. Wow. Y'all underrated 1B. Am I speaking too loud in the mic, David? Or is there something? If there's a problem with the volume, guys, please let me know. Y'all underrated. Yes. That was a fantastic play there when it was 8-1, and I think it was bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. Astros had hashtag take it back. What was Yankees hashtag? The Yankees hashtag, I believe, was next man up, and yeah, we failed. I did a whole Avengers Endgame style video to next man up. I feel like an idiot. Oh, a little loud. Okay, hold on. Let me just. If it's a little loud, guys, I'll fix it here. Hold on. What's the volume button on this thing? Actually, I can't find it. Is this it? Okay. Hold on. Let me do this. I think this is better. I think this might be better. A little loud. 2 things. 1, hats off to both defenses. No, I just had my volume all the way up. Sorry about that, Frankie. Oh, okay, fine. Then it's fine. Okay, never mind. Hats off to both defenses. Bregman just got the favorite to win MVP all of a sudden. Yeah, now I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, like, is Bregman going to do this even though he didn't show up in Game 1 and in Game 3 and had 2 crucial errors in Game 2? I'm like, oh my gosh, he might pull this off. I mean, that Grand Slam is now probably the image of this series. So it's going to really come down to what happens here in the next 3 games. There might be an MVP candidate we haven't even heard of yet that we're not even thinking of who's just going to come in Game 5 and Game 6 and really light up the room. I mean, in the last ALCS, Altuve wasn't the MVP until the last game when he hit the game-winning home run. It was probably going to go to Correa, and Altuve stole it at the last second. So you never know with this kind of stuff. But, yeah, the defenses were great. The play that Gurriel made, I should go back to that, where it was, I think, bases loaded. Ground ball to him. He dives for it. He stops it, and then bobbles the ball, and then picks it up, and then dives to first base for the out. Was sensational. I was like, all respect, man. That was a fantastic defensive play. And the Astros were still going to win, but it really just stopped the bleeding for that inning. That was great, and you just love great defensive plays like that. And then I think Correa also had a good play in the 3rd inning. So yeah, there were some great defensive plays here. Robles has had some great plays here. Gurriel La Pina, yes. There's some great defensive plays here in this series. Nothing like Willie Mays' the catch, but we've had some really solid. And then the ALCS, we had some good plays. I was on Still Main's stream tonight because too much politics talking the other stream last night. Okay, good. No politics in this stream, I promise. But yeah, it's all right. You know, as long as you're here back on the stream, it's good. Talking about baseball, nothing better. And just a reminder again, we will be back here after Game 5, breaking that down too. Trying to think if there's really anything. Again,
we broke down all the major points of this game. There wasn't really much else because, again, it was over after the first inning. After the first inning, Washington never really got – they had the one run in the sixth, I think it was. And they had the one run in the sixth, and they never really got anything going after that. And they had the run in the sixth. They had runners on third and second, and there was a strikeout. So never really had any advantages there. Houston just shut them down all night long, and that's why we're in the position that we are right now. Correa made a great – yes. We just talk about sports. Good. Correa made a good catch there. Yeah, Correa made a great catch there in the third inning to stop a run. I think we had Rendon. I think made a great catch also in the third. Yeah, we've seen some fantastic defensive plays in this series. So I just got lucky that Chernos is slow. Yes, and a great play there in the ninth. Okay, yes, Chernos is slow. Chernois is slow, but that was a nice play by Soto to get the out. I was like, oh, that was nice, and then I stopped carrying because it was 8-1. I mean, if that was like 2-1, 3-1, that would have been huge. It was 8-1, so it was like, whatever. But it was a nice play. You get the defensive assist. Maybe that's a contract extension or bonus or whatever. Nice, but it's not going to end up meaning much. I didn't even put it in my highlights video. Which, by the way, thank you, Major League Baseball, for blocking yet another highlights video I did. Again, I'm totally legal, totally fair use, but nope, you still block it. Please, don't be communist. Let my video stream. Bregman is back. Yes. We thought he was back after Game 2. And then, we thought during Game 2, we were like, oh, Bregman's back. And then he made 2 errors, and we're like, oh, never mind. And now here we go, Game 4, he's back again. Let's see, is he back for real now? Is he back totally, or is he going to fall apart here in Game 5? But, and again, as I've said, the good thing about Houston, there's so many guys on this team that when one guy goes down, there are other guys that can pick him up. So Bregman hasn't really needed to, Bregman, the thing is, tonight, if Bregman didn't even do much, the Astros still would have won the game. But it was nice for him to have that grand slam to really just solidify it. Okay, people did watch the Game 4 highlights, so good for it. Thank you, baseball, for allowing it. Yes, I agree, Bregman is deserving of the MVP. For now, I think you can make a legitimate argument for it, and he probably is the favorite, but we got to see what happens in these next 2 games. I mean, if Cole pitches a one-hitter in Game 5, if Cole does great in Game 5 and then comes in the bullpen in Game 7 and delivers, who knows? And I only bring that up because that's what Bumgarner did in 2014. So we've seen it happen before. I don't know if it'll happen for Cole, but again, you never know. So we got at least 2 more games and maybe 3 that are going to decide this MVP and this World Series. Fantastic job for Houston. Again, I can't even hate this team, even as a Yankee fan. I can't. How are the Clippers and Suns doing? Not following it. Today, I focused on college football, and I focused on this World Series game. My NBA nights are Wednesday through Friday. Other than that, and then parts of Monday. And, yeah, slightly Tuesday. Okay, but mainly I'm a Wednesday through Friday. The most I can't tell you what really happened in the NBA today because I was watching all the college football, which I'll get to, I guess, in a little bit. Bad loss for Oklahoma, by the way. Devastating. Almost doesn't totally take them out of the playoff picture, but it's gonna be hard for them to get back in there. Now it's out of your hands. It's out of your hands. Oh, Clippers, it's on right now. It's not on national TV though. Maybe it's on NBA TV, but I mean whatever. Hopefully no rain in the forecast. What do you think of Rudy's pick? I think he's gonna be a starter next season. Hey, after this performance, why the heck not? After this performance, I'm like, you know what? I'm sold, dude. I'm sold. Want to be a starter next season? Be a starter next season. I'm convinced. No rain in the forecast for Game 5 tomorrow night. Yeah, I've heard speculation about there being. I've heard some speculation about there being rain. I thought there was going to be rain tonight, and there turned out to be no rain. So, if there's rain tomorrow, that would be a bummer. But hopefully they'll get through it. The thing I would hate is for them to have the game start, and then midway through they have to call it off because of rain, and then that'd be a mess. So make sure either play it or don't. If it's gonna rain, it's gonna delay the game. You don't want that to happen. You don't want it to. Who has the Astros made it rain? Yes, made it rain. So many home runs. Who has the edge next game? I think it's Cole. I think it's Cole and the Astros. I know Washington is home field, but I think Cole's a better pitcher than Scherzer right now, even though he lost the last game. Chernos could also be MVP as well, but hats off to Gertie as well at 5 scoreless. That's why the Astros are likable than the Warriors, because we don't have snakes like the Warriors do to form a super team. I don't mind I actually didn't mind KD joining the Warriors. Okay, yeah, it was kind of a bummer that, after he gets blown out when he's in Oklahoma City, after he blows a 3-1 lead that he goes there, but whatever. At least he didn't do it like LeBron, which I think is probably the all-time worst way to handle it, the first time he left for Miami. President Trump is showing up next game. I believe he is, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm watching highlights of the Astros Grand Slam on the news right now. Yes, they're going to be showing that. And the Bregman home run, they're going to be just showing that for a long, long time. That, again, especially if they win this series. And yes, Chernois is a legitimate MVP candidate. I don't think it's going to be Urquidy because he only pitched one game. And I don't think he'll... Yeah, I mean, if it's... Oh, boy. If it's game 5, 6, 7, then I guess it's Cole in 5, and then Verlander 6, and then, Greinke in 7. He was good in game 3, but you'll worry about Greinke. He still's got that, I don't know, but maybe he'll finally be able to... I mean, David Price ended his postseason drama last year. Maybe Davinsky is back too. Yes, maybe Urquidy will be able to do it, or maybe Greinke will be able to do it. Sorry, but again, a lot of guys have said Chernois has stepped up. Altuve always steps up. And yeah, Bregman stepped up big tonight. Big night for Houston. And so 2-2. We're game 5, baby. I did not think we'd get. There was a part in the series where I thought the Astros were going to get swept, but didn't happen, and they're right back in it. And again, it's only happened 3 times in Major League history that a team loses their first 2 games in the World Series at home and then wins the series from then on out. So we'll see if the Astros can become that 4th team. See, exactly my point. This is about the World Series, not about politics. Exactly. I just mentioned the point. I'm moving on. Let's move on. Or we can do a bullpen battle to Game 6 to rest Verlander. Are you ready to do that again? I mean, it worked tonight. Are you ready to do that again? Do you want to sit there and go, all right, we're going to do it again, and it's going to work again? I don't know. It's the ALCS, and that's Grand Slam tonight. This is an FYI. This is the first postseason Grand Slam since Lance Berkman Game 4 in the 05 NLDS. I remember how that ended. Wasn't that the game that went like 18, 19 innings and Chris Burke hit a walk-off, if I remember correctly? I believe that was the game that Chris Burke walked off. Or I don't think that was Game 5. I'm pretty sure that was Game 4 of that NLDS. Chris Burke hit a walk-off in like the 17th, 18th, or 19th inning and won the game for Houston. That was an all-time great game. So that was fantastic. But yeah, and then Houston, I think, went on to win the NLCS and then lose the World Series in 4 to Chicago. And so Houston tonight, man. Yeah, so I don't know about the whole bullpen battle, bro. I'm not 100% like. I mean, yes, you get Verlander in Game 7, which is great, but I'm not. I don't know if I want to risk it again. 19 innings. That's like 10 hours. Yes, about. I think it was more like 5. I'm trying to think. Last year's Game 3, which took 18 innings, I think ended at like 3:30. So 18 innings and Clemens got the win. Yes, that was like one of the 8 times Roger Clemens retired. He went to Houston for 2 years. Oh gosh, that was painful. And then he went to the Yankees. Oh gosh, Clemens just so God. I hated Clemens at the end. I mean, as a Yankee fan, it was like good to see him back, but it was just like, just retire, dude. Stop retiring. You retired like 4 times. They like stopped the 2003 World Series so they could all give him a standing ovation. And then he came back the next year. Either way, there will be a Game 6 in Houston tomorrow night. Just in case if we win Game 5, try to to see the whole thing tomorrow. You go do that. Whatever you can do, Morris. Whatever you can do. Thankfully, I don't have a job, so I can watch the whole game. And right after football. I mean, the Sunday night game's Chiefs Packers anyway. I don't really care about that game. I mean, it's all right. It'll be nice to see what Rodgers can do, but Mahomes isn't going to be there, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to learn from that game. So after I'll be able to watch this whole game, and I can't wait for it. Oh boy, can't wait. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Give this to me. Why don't you have a job? Because I want this to be my job. And also, I just, I'm working on college. So and I don't need a job also, because I feel like most people at my age only need a job because they have a car, and I don't want a car. I think driving's overrated. There's a lot of problems with it. So yeah, that's why I don't have it. It's fine. And hopefully this can be my job. I'd love for this to be my job. I'm my own CEO. I'm my own owner. That'd be great. But, oh no, that Stanton shirt. Oh dear, this again. Again, why not? Yeah, what the heck? Coach the Knicks. Oh yeah, David Fizdale's so great. Oh gosh. Good luck with Alfred Payton as point guard. Oh gosh. That team is going to be so bad. Oh, thank God for RJ Barrett. He's going to be the only bright spot on this team. James Dolan, you're the worst. No Mahomes tomorrow night on Sunday Football. Easy win for the Packers. I'm not going to rule it out. They're in Kansas City, so I'm not going to. But if Rodgers plays like he did last week, then yeah, it's going to be a win. But I'm not. There have been so many times in the NFL where I think it's going to be a certain way and it turns out the other way. But so hopefully Mahomes comes back. It's sad they won't be here this week, but let's see him next week. Stan got injured again during this live. I wouldn't surprise me. Him and Jacoby Ellsbury are always getting hurt. Gosh. Things are way too expensive on the East Coast, so making this one sacrifice something to yeah, Ryan, yes, I agree. Good. Me and Ryan are into the future. No need to drive. Coaching the Knicks, that could be the worst open job in New York. Oh, man, that's... What could be the worst job in New York sports? Not managing. Managing the Mets actually might be fun. I don't know who they're going to give it to, but that might be a fun job. Coaching the Jets actually might be worse. Coaching the Jets... Either coaching the Jets or the Knicks. Those are probably the two worst. Hey, Frank. Hey, Spark. I'm not monetized yet. I will be monetized hopefully in a few days. YouTube's going to look over the content and deem if it's right. But hopefully I'll be monetized in a few days. And how can you make it? It'd be great if you guys could make me bucks, but for now I don't have anything. In the next few days, hopefully I'll have some ways to do it. But I got to wait until the end of the month. So if you guys want to send money. If you don't, then it's hard out there. So... LOL. You have Stanton until he opts in 27. Hopefully that injury won't affect him through the rest of his career. It probably will. I feel like I've already seen... I feel like I know where this is going to go, and he's not going to be great. But, I mean, I want him to be great. At his best, he is an unbelievable home run hitter, but... I don't know. Those 10-year deals, man, I hate them. And I know why we got him. I was happy when we got him, okay? I love the deal. We only got it because Miami basically gave it to us for nothing. Thanks, Jeter. But, looking back on it, it's just... It looks like it's going to be a bomb for us. Hopefully he'll turn it around next year and he'll be fully healthy. And please, Yankees, stop striking out so often. I guess, a man can dream that you won't strike out that much. It's such a bummer. Oh, gosh. I haven't even really thought about it. This series has not been painful to watch as a Yankee fan. I've been watching Astros, Nationals. I don't even think about the Yankees. I do get reminded every time I see a two-base home run. That's the only time I get reminded. Oh, yeah, we lost to them. I got over it pretty quickly, but it's a bummer. It's still a bummer to think about. But Oh, and Aaron Hicks going to be out for a year. Gosh. Yankees getting her... Please, yes! Any starting pitching. We'll take any starting pitching. And then maybe you can come out of the bullpens a couple of times. Please. Although I'll take Cole. I would take Cole, Strasburg, and then Urquidy. That's my three right now. And then there's probably a few others I could get. But I don't know if the Yankees are going to get them. T-shirts. Frankie G t-shirts. I guess it's just my logo. This is my new favorite channel. Thanks for the vids. 100. Thank you, Morris. I'm glad. I'm glad that you guys love this channel so much. Toughest job in Houston, being an offensive coordinator for the Texans. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, at least you have Deshaun Watson there. Only valuable thing he did was hitting a home run in Game 1. Yeah, it's just... A lot of the Yankees guys just didn't hit. And in that series, they just stopped hitting because Houston was great, and the Yankees couldn't take advantage of the positions they had. Favorite cereal, Cheerios. No shame about it. I have no shame. Celtics 118. Celtics 118, Knicks 15. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Did Julius Randle have another awful game? Gosh. Whatever. All right, we'll get whoever the 2020 first pick is. Knicks, we're going to tank for LaMelo. LaMelo Ball coming to the Knicks next year. Oh, gosh, I hate this team so much. I hate rooting for this team so much. If Yankees were in, how many games do you give them? If they were in this series, I actually think it'd be a 7-game series. If Houston's struggling with Washington, I think the Yankees would too. But I'd give it a 7-game series. I don't know if they'd win. I thought before the ALCS, I thought whoever win the ALCS was going to win the World Series. And that still might happen. But now seeing the struggle that's been going on, I'm not totally convinced about it. But again, I'd give it a full 7-game series. I think it'd be close. I was watching the game on mute. How did Joe Buck do today? How did you do on the Grand Slam? He seemed fine. When I'm watching games, I actually don't really listen to the commentary. I mostly have headphones in and watch the game as well. I like to do a bunch of different things at once. And I was doing a highlight video for this game, so that's why I was busy with stuff tonight. I was doing Alabama highlights and Notre Dame highlights, so I was doing a lot. He seemed fine. The Bregman call didn't sound fantastic, but it was whatever. He and John Smoltz make great small talk. It's fantastic. Watching them talk about Baby Shark and Halloween has been just incredibly entertaining. Diamondbacks to the World Series or Knicks to the NBA Finals to the Rockets. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to say that's close. Suns 115, Clippers 103 to play in the fourth quarter right now. Oh, boy. All right. Oh. And the Suns. They lose one of their top sophomore players, Aaron. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Aaron or whatever. I know who he is. I just can't pronounce his name. And the Suns are, look at that. They're beating LA. I guess it had to happen tonight. I guess eventually they couldn't go undefeated, but yeah. Now are the Clippers. Now Clippers are the Clippers panicking is going to be a headline on Monday on First Take. What's a harder loss to take? Diamondbacks or Rockets? Or Knicks to Rockets? The Yankees lost to Diamondbacks hurt because of 9/11 and how much that win would have meant to the city. And the fact that we won Game 4 and we won Game 5 and with clutch home runs in both of those games. And then the Diamondbacks win Game 6, I think 15-3. It was just awful. And then the Yankees have the lead in Game 7 in the ninth inning. Soriano hits a great home run before then. And then Mariano, one of the few times he gave it up, there was 3 bad Mariano blown saves. 97, 01, and 04. And he's the greatest postseason pitcher of all time, one of the greatest closer of all time. But even he had his bad moments, and 01 was his bad moment. He was rough in that game. Luis Gonzalez hit that single. But yeah, the thing that made it at least a little more tolerable, the Yankees had won 3 World Series before then, and 4 out of 5. The rough part, though, was that was the beginning of the end. Because then they lose to the Angels in 02. They lose to the Marlins in 03, which I still don't understand. They lose, even though that was a great team. They lose to the Red Sox in 04, and then basically it's over after that. And then Torrey gets fired soon after that, and then they bring Girardi, and he does win a title. But that was the beginning of it. Knicks Rockets. That one, that might be a little tougher because the Knicks have never won a title before then. And then it was a big series. Jordan's gone. You finally have your chance. Okay, I'm sorry to people that wanted a World Series reaction, but I'm sorry. I got to get on this now because now 3 terrible losses for the Knicks in a row. 93, they lose to the Bulls. They could have been up 3-2, and I think it was Charles Smith, if I remember him correctly, gets blocked 4 times in the last 15 seconds. Could have had a game-winning lineup. Got blocked 4 times. Okay, they lose that series. They would have been up 3-2 on Chicago, heading into Game 6, and with a chance to finally beat the Bulls. They couldn't do it. Then 94, John Starks has the worst ending to an NBA as the worst ending to an NBA Finals ever. John Starks misses the game-winning shot in Game 6. And then in Game 7 goes 1 for 83. Okay? Houston wins that game. If John Starks was average in that game, they would have won. I mean, yeah, Houston was a great team, but that was our chance, and we blew it. Ewing and Starks and everybody, that was our team. That was finally our chance. It was our best chance, and we blew it. And then 95, although the 93 team was probably better than the 94 team. And then 95, they lose on the Reggie Miller 8 points in 8 seconds. And then Game 7, Ewing barely misses the layup when his knees gave out on him, probably. And so, yeah, that was a rough 3 years for the Knicks. But the Knicks lost to the Rockets because the Knicks haven't won a title in 50 years, and that would have been great to have won. So probably Knicks Rockets. But I'm so angry at John Starks that my dad sent me a John Starks autograph 5-6 years ago, and I was angry at him. I was like, I don't want him. John Starks was a great Knick, legendary, had the dunk, so many great moments. But all I can think of is Game 7. All I can think of is 1 for gosh. I know his stat wasn't 1 for 83, but it was close to it. He was so bad in that game. Why do New York Met fans hate the Yankees? It's the rivalry. Why do New York Met fans hate? Because it's the rival. It's Met fans and Yankee fans just being someone wants to own the city, and that's why I do it. Should y'all root for each other since y'all play in the same city? That's not how it works. Not in New York. It might work in other cities. In New York, if you're not one of us, you're against us. And so that's why that happens. For Houston, no doubt the AFC wildcard joke. Yeah, we talked about that. That's the worst loss in Houston. I can't think of a Rockets loss that was that bad. And then, yeah, an Astros loss. I mean, maybe 05, but 04 was kind of bad, losing to the Cardinals in that 7th game. But especially when you're up 3-2. When you're up 3-2 in that series. But yeah, the AFC wildcard, that's top 5 worst loss in football history. You're up 28 points. You're up 32 points against a backup quarterback, and they somehow come and beat you. Knicks fans, you too. Why didn't we get Donovan Mitchell in the draft? I honestly think he would have been a great draft for free agent. Because James Dolan's an idiot. That's why. Can't get Kevin Durant, can't get Kyrie, can't get Donovan Mitchell. I like RJ Barrett though. Same reason Texans hate Cowgirls, different breed. Rockets are not playing good defense now, which is even more frustrating. Oh man, what a game. Yes, RS Ferris. But remember, Rockets clutch city, Astros can do it. Yes. We'll see if it happens here. I mean, they got all the momentum now. As a Rockets fan, I absolutely hated John Starks back then. Yeah, and I hate John Starks. Again, John Starks had a lot of great memories with the Knicks, but that night, he was the worst player on the court that night. He picked the absolute worst night to have his worst game. The same year, the Rangers did win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, the Rangers beat Vancouver, Game 7. This one will last a lifetime. I'm not a hockey fan, but even I'm like, that's a cool moment. Harden's struggling with shooting. What's new? No, he's a great shooter, but yeah, when he struggles, it's really bad. We're right back at it. Go Houston. Hey, Hats. What's up? Hats are Ferris. A lot of the Astros fans are back. Yep. You guys are back in it. Dominating performance tonight. Just winning game 3, winning game 4. You guys have been great. The offense is clicking. The pitching is really solid. You are back in it, my friend. Great job here tonight. And yeah, I don't really have anything. I don't have anything negative to say. I'm not a hockey fan either. No. Again, I'm not. I'm sure hockey fans are out there. It's great, but it's just not my cup of tea. I do like watching those like hockey montages. Those are cool that Canada does. Major in terms of college, computer technology, computer engineering, computer programming. That's not what I want to do for a living. If I did do it for a living, that'd be fine. But I really want to do this. I hope that's the question you were asking. I hope it's not like major, like your favorite golf major. 2 more wins and we'll take it back. The bar I was at basically exploded. Oh my gosh, yeah. It was just like, all right, right then I went up to my dad and I went up to him and I just like, game over. It was already over, but that was just like, it's just boom. Imagine if like they were behind or tied when that happened. That would have been even more legendary. But yeah, when Bregman hit that home run, you just knew. Good night. God bless. 2 more wins. Can you get the 2 wins? I think you can. And again, old takes exposed. You can put me on Twitter. I'm a total fraud because again, I had Houston winning the series at the start of the series. I had Washington winning after game 2, and now after game 4, I have Houston winning it. You need to do sports radio. I would love to do sports radio. If they could get me on here, that'd be great. But you know, whatever happens, happens. Any way the wind blows, as Queen once said. Let's go Astros. Take it back. Yes. We don't have a lot of Nationals fans in the comments section. I don't know why. Maybe because the reason why is because I did Yankee fan reaction. That's how I got a lot of the Astros fans here. Because I was doing the Yankees net. So I don't really have a lot of Nationals fans in here. But yeah, if they come here, that'd be great. But what's up, David? Go Astros. Sports Radio. What's your home run call? No, I wouldn't have a home run call. It would just be like, yeah, it's up, it's on. I would just say like I would change it up all the time. I don't want to do sports talk radio. I want to do like Mike and the Mad Dog. That's what I want to do. I don't really have interest in play-by-play. I want to like talk sports. I said to Frankie, are you secretly rooting for Washington? No, actually, I don't. Again, the only reason why I was thinking, okay, computers, Frankie the Whiz Kid creating the next Wiki. No WikiLeaks. No, not for me. No. I do more stuff with like Excel. Better dynasty, the Islanders or the Yankees in the Bronx. The Islanders had a fantastic dynasty when they were good. Since I can't measure it, I'll say the Yankees, but so I'm not into hockey. But yeah, that Yankee dynasty. I mean, that '98 team is like one of the 5 best teams in the history of baseball. I mean, the way they just rolled through that season. Who is the Mets fan that disses the Yankees and they're talking about how they took in the end about the couch you guys sit on? No problem with the giraffe neck mark. If he wants to do that, fine. Hey, take a shot at the Yankees. We deserve it right now. He's rooting for a great series. I have a podcast, YouTube, and be your own boss. Love to have a podcast. Not yet though. I'm gonna wait till 10,000. I'm gonna wait till I have more subscribers to really get there. But I don't feel like right now I have enough to really. And then maybe soon I'll start a Twitter. What's up, David? Again, hopefully soon I'll be able to start a podcast. But I'm not totally ready to take that leap yet. But yeah, nice. Ooh, Oh, the question I was rooting for Washington. I mentioned this last night, so I won't go into detail. The only reason why I'd root for Washington is because the Astros front office has proven to be incredibly arrogant and just like heartless, I would say. Sorry, Astros fans, but the way they handled this assistant GM situation is the only reason why I would think about rooting for Washington. Because I'm like, wow, these guys are jerks, except for AJ Hinch. Like the way they handled this was just awful. So, but yeah, after game 2, I was like, maybe I'd want that. And then tonight I'm like, all right, yeah, good. Like I actually was like, when Bregman hit the home run, I was like, yes. The only Astros player I don't root for is Osuna. That guy can go. I don't care what happens to him. He's a terrible person. I won't take a shot at the Yankees. Correa and Altuve did that already. Well done. That's a great joke. Astros need a podcast. I think the Astros are in the Washington heads. Yes. Again, all the momentum the Nationals had are gone. All the momentum the Nationals had, done. Out. And so now, that was definitely poorly handled. Yes, we talked about that last night. Just the way they hit was just horrendous. Like, there are people who work in public relations. You can't do it. See ya, Frankie. Go Astros. See ya, Hats. Have you seen the TV commercial where the kid is dressed? Yeah, I've seen that. I don't really care. It's like a cute commercial, and then I move on. There are a couple nice commercials, but like, was I the only one who didn't realize that the Buzz Aldrin commercial had Buzz Aldrin in it? Like, so when I first saw that Buzz Aldrin YouTube TV commercial, by the way, no matter how much you spread it on our TVs, I'm not going to buy YouTube TV. I'm sorry. You can't convince me, MLB. But I didn't realize that was Buzz Aldrin until, like, the third time I watched it. I was like, oh, wait, that's Buzz Aldrin. How did I miss that? David Tiago Astros. Sup, hats? Yes. So that Yankees-Mets commercial, that guy commercial, whatever, it's cute, fine. I don't really care. I love the Facebook commercial where they're like, where it's the father and the daughters and they're going to Yankees Mets games and the group like, thanks guys for giving me the idea. It's like bringing people together. Facebook, which is like the complete opposite. Which is like bringing people together on Facebook is like it'd be like inclusiveness, the KKK. It's like no, it's the complete opposite. Facebook doesn't bring anyone together. So I didn't know he was still alive. No, I knew he was still alive because, like, I would have heard about it. Like, I knew Neil Armstrong was dead. For Buzz Aldrin, like, that was cool to see. It was nice to see him throw out the first pitch. I mean, I love him. The greatest clip in the history of YouTube is the clip of him punching a moon landing conspiracy theorist in the face. That's amazing. I could watch that forever. I didn't know he was still alive. What happened to Osuna? He beat up a woman. He got suspended for like 75 games. I don't know the exact account of it, but yeah, he beat up some woman or something like that, domestic violence. And so yeah, I don't have any respect for people like that. So yeah, the commercials in this postseason have been fine. Nothing like really like that. I'm like, oh, that was awesome, but whatever. So I started watching Frankie and Mike Francesa after the ALCS. Oh, thank you. To be in the same as Mike Francesa. I mean, that was a rough series for the Yankees. All right, it was rough. You can't lose a series like that. Yeah, you checked the message. I love Mike. Mike's completely off his edge, but I'll always love him. Assuming he may have been a jerk, but if he pays that society, I don't care. That's fair. I mean, look, I don't know where I land on. I don't want to have this discussion here, but I'll say here. I don't know if I'm I'm all for second chances. But, like, if a guy who committed a domestic violence has domestic violence in his past is never allowed to play again, I wouldn't be, kept up at night over that. Like, that's a really heinous act. So, whatever, Although, again, I can't say anything. I have Chapman on my team. So, what can I say? I sit there and I'm rooting for Chapman, no matter how guilty I feel about it. Good impression. Thank you. Mikey, that was a really good impression, Mikey. No, Mike and the Mad Dog. If you're not from New Jersey, Mike and the Mad Dog, the greatest sports radio show of all time. Fantastic. I mean, dog, I never said that. Guess number 2, what that means. Use it as a great book called Apple to raw no edited show like this stream. Oh, good. I'm sure everybody's got a podcast. I'd love to do a podcast, but again, I feel like I need more people. But yeah, podcasts are nice. They're a nice way to connect to people, but yeah. Yes, number 2, what that means. Chapman was at the game. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was a reliever of the year. Good for him. What do you guys feel about Trevor Hoffman being reliever of the year, like along with Mariano? Because Trevor Hoffman was a great closer in the regular season, a great compiler. He was awful in the postseason, but I will also say he didn't get a lot of chances. The chances that he did have, though, he was awful. I mean, never forget that Trevor Hoffman gave up a game-tying or game-winning home run in the World Series to Scott Brosius. So, I mean, if it was me, it would just be the Mariano Rivera Award. I wouldn't include Hoffman. Hoffman, great closer, but Mariano is so above everybody else, it's not even close. Wonder if A-Rod's going to Hall of Fame. They seem like they're lessening on the steroid guys. They're actually thinking about putting him in. I will say this. If you're going to put A-Rod in, if you're going to put the steroid guys in, if you're going to put Bonds and Clemens in, everybody's got to go in. Bonds, Clemens, A-Rod, Palmeiro, McGuire, all of the steroid guys have to go in. Either all of them are in or none of them are in. You got it. I mean, Ivan Rodriguez, there's speculation. He did PEDs and he gets in the Hall of Fame, no problem. Since you brought up Chapman, you must have felt guilty after that 2-1 pitch. Oh, I felt terrible. I felt like just wanting to, worst moment ever. Oh, gosh, yeah. So, he stopped learning how to throw strikes. It was awful. I didn't see anyone doing the baby shark tonight. No one did. Which, fine. Bagwell. Yeah, Bagwell, too. If you're going to put all of the steroid guys in who have Hall of Fame careers or none of them in. You can't pick and choose. Hoffman was good for me 2 years. I don't think he was amazing past that. He was really consistent. Though I felt he was always, had over 500 saves. I have a lot of respect for longevity. Like, Craig Biggio was never the best player in the National League, but I have respect for 3,000 hits, and I have respect for Trevor Hoffman for the 500 saves. It's just, or the 600 saves. It's just that Yeah, I think he had like 601. But yeah, you gave up a game-winning home run in the World Series to Scott Brosius. You never closed a big game. You gave up a game-winning hit in the All-Star game with 2 outs in the 9th inning to Michael Young. Like LOL, all or none. Okay, Yankee Stadium is next to the Joker stairs. If you guys haven't seen Joker, you won't get that. I actually have not seen Joker. I had a friend text me like that was the greatest movie, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I can't wait to get. Maybe I'll see it when it gets on DVD. But he's an awesome actor, so I can't wait to see him. But yeah, the Joker stairs, they're gonna become iconic. Like people are already invading those stairs and like recreating the dance. I think they should start a league where they let them use whatever performance-enhancing drugs they want and see what happens. They did do that in baseball. It's called the MLB in the 90s, in the 2000s, the early 2000s. They did that. They did it. I mean, the 80s, you know how many, I mean, like, you want to talk about drugs. You know how many of the 86 Mets did, how many players on the 86 Mets did cocaine? I mean, come on. Bagwell was never even suspected of using PEDs. Okay, was he? I feel like he may have been. Maybe because he got bigger. Yeah, he was never suspected. I guess it was just always, but he was always, like thought of, but yeah. David Ortiz did fail a drug test. So, and people aren't even going to look past it. They're just going to ignore it. Everybody should too, unless the Hall of Fame is BS. Yeah, the Hall of Fame. I've given up on baseball's Hall of Fame. It's a joke. It's stupid the way they do it. The guys they put in, you can't put a guy in. Thank God Mariano got in 100% because like finally is a guy a Hall of Famer or not? I sat next to Biggie. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, quick visual. And his son is playing great. The weather forecast is calling for rain in the morning tomorrow, not during daytime. Thank God. Good. No rain. No rain. No rain at all. Let's play this game out. Like, Adrian Beltre, another person. Adrian Beltre was maybe never the best player in his league, but 3,000 hits, Hall of Famer. If you get 3,000 Hall of Fame, if you get 3,000 hits, you're a Hall of Famer to me. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unless you did steroids. Or right now, I will say this. Right now, I'm not in favor of PED guys getting into the Hall of Fame. But if they allow Bonds and Clemens in, then everybody should get in. No questions. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do there. But and we will cover the Baseball Hall of Fame in January. We're going to cover that when it happens. We'll be breaking it down. So, very nice night tonight. And hopefully tomorrow will be great. See 10th inning. The Ken Burns baseball documentary is like one of the best things ever made. And 10th inning's pretty good too. So check that out. Ken Burns is awesome. The way he handles it and the way he talks about it, he's great. Is he gonna make an 11th inning? Because he made one I think from like 94 to 09. I wonder, like, we're coming up on 15 years. I wonder if he's gonna make an 11th inning. Where legit amazing players never get close to it again. It's weird. It's weird that like all the Hall of Fames are kind of screwed up in a way. I mean, the NFL Hall of Fame, like Randy Moss is a first ballot Hall of Famer, but Terrell Owens is a third ballot. Give me a break. NBA's crazy. I'm about to look up Canseco in the ring. Didn't he fight MMA? Yeah, I think so. Only one team unlike Beltre. Yeah, again, like 3,000 hits you get in. I don't care how many teams you get in. 3,000 you get in. Didn't he fight? I don't remember Canseco. He probably did. He's a nutcase, but so. Again, whatever happens there is just fine. But, yeah. I remember when baseball, that was all people talked about was PEDs. Like, that was really in the mid-2000s. Canseco was the first one to bring it up. I remember the Mitchell Report. And just being shocked reading it. I was 9 years old just reading them. Like, are you kidding me? Like the romanticism of baseball. If you watch a movie like Field of Dreams, like, there's a romanticism in baseball. And now it's all gone. So, yeah, the PEDs really brought it down. The 98 home run chase, even though that was a great home run chase and brought people back into the game, including my dad, it kind of ruined that like innocence of baseball to me. I do want to say a couple things here before we get going, and then I'll have a few more things. In Houston, the Astros just closed the roof and closed out the National. Let's go Houston, take it back. We'll see if they can do it. I'm leaning towards yes, they will, but I'm not ruling either one of these teams out. This is going to be a dogfight right till the end. I got Jeter and Bond just going to waste. Yeah, it's a shame. Those baseball cards are great. But people aren't really interested in them anymore. But they're nice. By the way, if you want any proof that Barry Bonds, we already know this. If you want any proof that Barry Bonds did PEDs, look at his 91 Topps card, and that's all you need to know. I heard someone on one of the sports analysts say that. Look at Bonds' 91 Topps card, and that's your proof that he did steroids. He's got a normal body. His head's smaller. The PED era likely could happen in the mid-90s, but baseball let it happen. Yeah, it's a shame that they let it happen, but I mean, they had some great highs over it, and then they had some incredible lows. And, a shame. Do want to say a couple things here before we get going. And final questions, ask me guys here in the next 4 or 5 minutes. I do want to say, I have Bonds and McGuire rookie cards. Oh, those are great. And yeah, again, they're small dudes. Like, what happened to them? Then they got jacked up, man. I do want to say, I'll be back tomorrow. What about Sosa? Did PED start Sosa white? That was the craziest thing. Like years ago, wait, is that Sammy Sosa? What the heck? Sammy Sosa got the Michael Jackson. Oh, gosh. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not done yet. Final questions, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow with a video on an NFL recap. So right after the 4 o'clock games, come here and we'll do an NFL recap into Week 8 in the NFL. So get ready for that. And then right after Game 5, we'll also have the Every Touchdown from Week 8 video coming out. So check that out. And then finally, we'll have this reaction video, Game 5 of the World Series. We'll break it down tomorrow right after the game ends. So check here. Until next time. All right, thanks, Plasma. Sosa is Michael Jackson. Whatever happens, I'm really happy that we're at least bringing it back to Houston. Yes. At least, no matter what happens, the season is ending in your stadium. The final game of this year will take place in Houston. And now it's up to you to figure out, is it going to be a celebration or is it going to be a funeral? It's up to you guys now. So, couple things also before we get going. Big night for, oh gosh, hold on. Big day in college football. Just want to get to a couple things. What happened to the Nationals? What's up, Trevor? They stopped hitting, and the Astros pitching is really good. Bond shouldn't deserve. He should have won 2 or 3. I mean, he had some great seasons back. That 2001 season was just like, steroids or not, I've never seen a man just crush a ball like that. Frankie better not be on PEDs. No. I am not. That's the last thing I'm on is PEDs. Just water. Big day in college football. Just want to get to that a little bit. LSU, nice win over Auburn. We're setting up for the Alabama-LSU game in 2 weeks. That's going to be the game of the year in college football. Can't wait for that. Penn State is now the new number 5, so good for them. My dad went to Penn State, so he's very happy about all this. That's Alabama-LSU. Can't wait for that in 2 weeks. 1 versus 2, there's nothing better. And then I guess Ohio State's number 3. Man, Ohio State's really good. Look out. And then Clemson's number 4. So, and yeah, you never count them out. And then number 5 right now, again, will be Penn State. Oklahoma, that's a devastating loss. They're not out of it, but now they need other teams to that are in front of them. And they need to also, and this also takes a big hurt into Jalen Hurts' Heisman chances. I love the fact that it all turned around in the 7th inning. Yes, just like in Game 2. The 7th inning changed everything. 7th inning in Game 2, 7th inning in Game 4 turned everything around for both of these teams. That's the Sandusky College. Yes, that is absolutely the Sandusky College. And the only reason why I somewhat root for them is because my dad went there. Because if I didn't, I would hate the college. I would hate it because I'm just like, wow, you let this guy run rampant. And whether or not the coach knew about it, he may have, but we can't know for sure, I think. They let that guy run crazy. So, too bad, Harden. Yeah. Harden, please shoot better, James. Please. Don't ruin this Harden-Westbrook combination. But yeah, the Sandusky stuff was... That's one of the most memorable sports stories for all the wrong reasons. It's one of the most memorable stories of the decade. Looking back on it, that's just going to be like a huge turning point. Also, I'll never forget, NCAA leveled these huge violations against Penn State. And then like 2 years later, they're like, yeah, never mind. Whatever. Welcome back. So weird. But, man, crazy. So, any final comments here? Any final thoughts here, guys? Again, this was just... We went a lot of different points. We did not just stick to baseball here. Dad didn't get hurt, did he? No, my dad didn't get hurt. He didn't play football, I'd say. He just went there. But he loves the college. So I still watch it, and we watched a little bit of the game today. And we'll be watching Penn State, Ohio State in a few weeks. That's going to be a great game. So, I mean, if you don't root for Penn State, I get it. Again, if my dad didn't go there, I probably wouldn't root for it because I'd just be like, this college is morally bankrupt. Oh, gosh. So, yeah. This was a dominant performance from Houston. The offense lit up tonight, especially in the 7th. Bregman, great hit. Now they're up. Now it's tied 2-2. All the momentum's on their side. They got a big win tonight. All the pressure is now on Washington. If you want to keep this series from falling apart, got to win tonight. My buddy is ESPN Robert Flores. Oh, that's cool. Robert Flores. I like him. Although he's not on ESPN anymore. He's on MLB Network. So I like him, though. Kawhi's lucky his team that has good bench players and Paul George is a smart dude. Went to high school with him. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Robert Ford is a nice guy. I like him. So that's cool that you're friends with him. I don't really... Who's the most famous person? There's one guy I went to high school with who's like a mini model right now, but nothing serious. We have what between the Niners and Panthers tomorrow. Niners, Jimmy G, man, come on. I mean, if Carolina wins this game, if Kyle Allen wins this game for Carolina, he should take over Cam Newton's spot. Like, if you beat San Francisco, like, this is, and you're the reason why, you should take over the spot. I mean, yes, Kawhi is lucky, but Kawhi's great under the. Kawhi is a top 2, top 3 player in this league. So, yes, he has good bench guys. He has Lou Williams. Paul George, when he gets back, is going to be great. But they're a great team. So, and he's a great player. If the Clippers win the NBA title this year, I think he's going to be the number 1 reason why. Just like he did with the Raptors, and just like he did against with San Antonio. He's a tough person to figure out, but great player. Remember those like 2-3 years when we all thought Kawhi Leonard just emotionless and he has no emotion, he's just a hack. And then it's like, oh, he wants out of San Antonio. Oh, he's like forcibly getting out of San Antonio. Okay, wow, this guy has more emotion than we thought. He's not a robot. So, curious to see how this all plays out. But final comments here, final questions, guys. Big one again tonight for Houston. All the momentum's on their side. I agree with you, Frankie. I have the Niners win tomorrow too. Catching name like Mad Dog, beast mode, Frankie. I think. That's nice. I am good with Frankie G right now. But Beast Mate, Marshawn, I love Marshawn. I'm just here so I won't get fined. You're a cool dude. Keep it up, Ghost Drills. Thank you, Chief Hugo. Thank you all guys for watching. Again, all the momentum now on Houston's side. We'll see if they can carry over tomorrow, and we'll see if Washington can prevent this from collapsing. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, we'll have a few shows tomorrow. Right after the NFL games, right after the 4 o'clock games. Hold on, let me pull it up. Which one it is, because I want to make sure I got the right game for it. Right after Cleveland and New England, right after the Browns-Patriots, come here. We're going to break down everything from Week 8 in the NFL, so check that out. So 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45 tomorrow. And then we'll have the Game 5 recap between the Nationals and the Dodgers. Nationals and Astros right after that game, so go check that out. So yeah, 2 videos tomorrow, 2 live videos tomorrow. Check them out. Subscribe if you're new to this channel and you like what you see. Click down there and subscribe. Chief, LOL. Let's go Texans, let's go Astros, let's go Rockets. I appreciate it. Get some rest and keep... Joe, no. I am the complete opposite of that. There's no way. I had one girlfriend, I think, in like 3rd grade. It was like a mini relationship, and she was really nice. And then she left school the next year, and I didn't see her for like 12 years. It was weird. She was a lesbian, by the way. So it was a girl I thought I was in a relationship with, and I really liked. Turned out she was a lesbian. So it's weird. But okay, what a crazy way to end this. That's about the proper way we should end this live stream with me saying chicks lie. No. Women are smarter than I have accepted that women are much smarter than us, and women are way smarter than me. It's just they know stuff about women know more about men than men know about women. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I just feel like that they just get into our heads and just they mess with our emotions. They're good. Good night, peeps. Good night. Single life and MLB forever. Hey, nothing wrong with being single, but I feel like eventually I'm gonna want somebody to be with. Eventually I'm gonna need somebody to carry on. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. It's 1 o'clock. I need to stop this before this live stream's already going off the rails. I feel like I need to end this soon. So, again, after Browns Patriots tomorrow, come here for the live stream of that. After Game 5 of Nationals Astros, come back here. We'll do a live stream of that. If you like what you see, click down there and subscribe for way more content like this. We got a lot of stuff coming here in the future. A lot of good stuff coming. So thank you guys again. Congrats to the Astros. Big win here tonight in Game 4. And now it's a best of 3. Astros Nationals, with the Astros having home field advantage. We'll see how it all plays out. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and God bless. Wait. All right, there it is. Bye.